Happening now, election results show Carroll's town supervisor is retaining his Republican support. Details on all the elections here locally next. Plus, how the city will respond to an uptick in used syringes littering Jamestown.
Oh, well, we've got that sunshine out there for today. We'll keep it going, but the humidity spikes up for the end of the week. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
The town of Carroll's supervisor retained his Republican nod of support during last night's primary election. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Supervisor Russell Payne topped challenger Laura Smith 191 to 110. Payne, who previously defeated Smith in 2019's general election, tells us with this win he feels his re-election chances this fall greatly increase.
Well, I know she tries very hard to reach the citizens with her message, but I think that one of my campaign supporters said it best, is that the town has spoken, and I try to campaign on a integrity and honesty format, and people that know me know that I am that.
In other elections around Chautauqua County, Martin Proctor surpassed incumbent Bill Ward 285 to 105 for the Republican nomination for Chautauqua County Legislature's District 18's ticket. In the primary race for Chautauqua County Legislature District 4, Susan Parker bested incumbent Christine Starks 151 to 32 for the Democrat nomination there. Dunkirk's first ward representative Don Williams lost to his Democratic primary nomination against Natalie Luskanowski 427 to 266. All the races will have a rematch of sorts this fall after the losing candidates are also running on a third party line. An uptick in used syringes littering Jamestown's public spaces is prompting local leaders to find better ways to dispose of medical waste. WNY News Now's Mario Cosentino with more on the issue, which was discussed during a presentation at the City Council work session this week.
Mayor Eddie Sundquist is eyeing a state grant program that provides free syringe kiosks as a possible solution to the growing used syringe problem. It appears, the mayor says, residents are already disposing of needles properly in some situations after a red Sharps box placed by an unknown person popped up at a local parking garage.
People were actually taking any syringes that they had and they were putting them in the boxes. So we stopped seeing them kind of thrown in the ramp and actually changed the behavior.
The increase in used syringes littered in public spaces is not just a Jamestown problem, but a countrywide issue too, according to Carrie Hewells with the Hope Chautauqua Coalition.
If they have the option to dispose of it properly, I believe that they will do so. And I think just that simple little container being left in the parking garage kind of proves that theory.
Hewells looked into where needles can be disposed of in Chautauqua County and found that the options were limited, or the in-person nature of some of the drop-off locations might be a deterrent for those using illegal substances.
It makes it difficult for somebody who does want to do the right thing, even if they are using illicit substances. Where do they go? They're not just going to walk in and talk to the security desk and hand them, a pop bottle full of used syringes.
The purpose of the kiosks, she says, is to make the process easier for people trying to dispose of used syringes. Because the program is 100% grant funded, there is no cost for the first year. Mario Cosentino, WNY News Now.
Mario, thank you. The city has no limits as to how many kiosks could be obtained. Local leaders are expected to work with Hughes to determine where in the city they would be placed. Well, work to repair 2 sinkholes impacting a major thoroughfare in Jamestown is underway. The City of Jamestown's Director of Public Works, Jeffrey Lehman, tells us the holes formed after a sewage line broke on East 2nd Street near Week Streets. A plumber, Lehman reports, has since been hired and is performing repairs. He says while sinkholes are not rare for Jamestown, or any city for that matter, the fact that the holes formed from 2 separate plumbing issues across the street from each other is odd.
Yeah, it was just coincidence that they happened to be close together, and that caused part of the emergency was because the east and the westbound lane had an issue. I mean, the whole process is something that happens all the time in the city or anywhere with old pipes. It just happened to be on a major state highway.
Now, once the plumber repairs those lines, crews expect to fix the roadway sometime next week. However, Lehman says traffic is not impacted at this time. The Jamestown High School's class of 2021 saw plenty of challenges as the COVID-19 pandemic created havoc for students during their final year and a half of high school. All of the hard work, however, was recognized during a parade outside of the school last night as dozens of students lined the sidewalk in front of the building. Friends and family members drove by in their cars, laying on the horn in a show of support. Our Matt Hummel spoke with Joanne Dean, who organized the parade that was supported but not officially sanctioned by the school. She explains that the ceremony was a neat way for students to celebrate their perseverance during tough times.
I think it's really important to always recognize our seniors, even pre-COVID, but especially during COVID. It's been a really tough year and a half for these kids and their families. They've lost a lot of things that they're traditionally used to. The planning process of the parade started before the official announcement that graduation will be as normal as possible, which is really exciting, but we still decided to go off with the parade because the planning process had already started. But it certainly means a lot for these kids to be able to be together all in one place and celebrate the accomplishments that they've had during their school years.
Now, we also spoke with graduate Emily Hall following the parade. She tells us that the gathering of her family and friends was very important to see.
It makes us feel like people actually care about us and that normalcy is starting to come back to this community. It makes me feel like they're proud of me and all my accomplishments.
The class of 2021 will officially graduate during a ceremony on Friday at 7 o'clock at the Chautauqua Institution's amphitheater. Very exciting to see. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Pam, good to see Seth, Hannah, John, Linda, Connie, and David as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us live with that. Hey, Dakota.
Hey everybody, and happy Wednesday out there today. Almost forgot what day it was, but yeah, is it wrong to feel a little jealous in the fact that I didn't get a parade when I graduated?
Yeah, but you didn't have a global pandemic though.
Yeah, that's true, but anyway, I'm just a bag of hot air. Anyway, this is a live look over the Chautauqua Institution, and there's actually some peaks of sunshine right now. 64 degrees with a southwest wind at 10 right now in Chautauqua, and nothing really showing up on the satellite and radar composite. Notice these clouds that kind of formed over Lake Erie. We'll talk a little bit about this a little bit later on, about how cool this is. A little lake effect clouds actually billowed up earlier this morning, but other than that, yeah, we're pretty much in partly to mostly sunny skies across much of the area, and that's going to continue throughout the day today, and it still remains comfortable. We only managed 58 as the high yesterday. Look at where we should be, 78. That's 20 degrees below average. Simple math if you already do the math in your head. 44 is where we started the day. 94 and 39 are the record highs and lows. So close to the record low, but didn't break it this morning. So through the afternoon today, a gorgeous amount of sunshine for you. It's much warmer than it was yesterday, but it stays comfortable. The humidity down once again for today. 66 on the hills, 74 at the lake. That's still below average, but still nicer than it was yesterday. Southwest wind 7 to 14 miles per hour. Now we keep the sunshine going toward the end of the week. Then the humidity really spikes up as we go into the weekend. We'll talk about it in detail with that full 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin.
All right, Dakota, that coming up in about 10 minutes time, folks, so hang on. For the first time in over 10 months, no new cases of COVID-19 were reported in Chautauqua County yesterday. The health department says the last day 0 new cases were reported was August 14th, 2020. There are only 5 active cases of the virus now, with 24 people monitored under isolation and quarantine. In what Chautauqua County Executive P.J. Wendell calls a recovery milestone, he says the decline in cases is likely connected to the increased vaccinations.
What this means is an encouraging indicator that the vaccinations are working to stop and prevent the spread of this virus in our community.
According to New York State's COVID-19 vaccine tracker, nearly 61,000 people have received at least 1 dose of the shot countywide, with more than 55,000 fully immunized. Those interested in learning more about the vaccine or finding a clinic or pharmacy near you to get the shot, visit chqgov.com. A new study shows that children's birthday celebrations could be partly to blame for the deadly rise of COVID cases early last year. Researchers looked at anonymous health insurance data of 2.9 million households for the first 45 weeks of the year to see if such gatherings were linked to higher rates of COVID transmission. Well, in counties with higher rates of coronavirus overall, households that had a birthday during that time saw a 31% relative increase in COVID diagnosis than households without a birthday, according to the study, in which was published in JAMA Internal Medicine. Now, in areas with low COVID spread, however, the data did not show a jump in cases during the 2 weeks after birthdays, whether a child or adult. More on the study can be found at our website now. Coming up, a man jailed for undergarment theft. The details on that interesting case just moments away. And later, it's the last year for the Lynx Charity Golf Tournament. We'll have more on how that event is shaping up. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Wednesday afternoon.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
A 30-year-old man is behind bars after allegedly stealing undergarments from a Sinclairville home this week. New York State police say Kevin Pattison was arrested for second-degree burglary on Monday. It's alleged that Pattison was caught red-handed by homeowners inside one of their bedrooms. The man, troopers report, was physically removed from the residence and detained until police got on scene. They say Pattison was allegedly in possession of several undergarments belonging to one of the homeowners. He was taken to Chautauqua County Jail following processing. Well, starting next month, the Department of Motor Vehicles office here in Jamestown is returning to normal business operations. Chautauqua County's clerk, Larry Barmore, announced that news yesterday. He, in addition to Jamestown's office on 3rd Street, says the Mayville and Dunkirk offices are also returning to pre-COVID functions. During the pandemic, DMV services were forced online, with customers delivering in-person paperwork via drop-box locations outside of those offices. Limited walk-in services removed there last month. In addition to the normal hours of 8:30 to 4:30, late hours are also returning. Jamestown's office will be open until 6 on Thursdays, with Mayville's open until 6 on Wednesday and Dunkirk until 6 on Monday. Well, our nation is in the midst of a surge in violent crime, and today, President Joe Biden is expected to lay out his plan to turn things around. Britt Conway reports from Washington with a look at what we can expect.
We heard at least 4 gunshots, and we ran inside of the restaurant and people were diving under the tables.
Gunshots ringing out in the middle of a busy afternoon in Arvada, Colorado. A veteran Colorado police officer, a bystander, and the shooter all killed in what was just one of the many episodes of gun violence in America on Monday. Incidents that Americans are tragically facing almost every day now.
It's almost surreal that this is even going on.
And I called my husband.
What did you say to your husband?
You might hear on the news that there's a shooter and I'm okay, and tell my son I'm okay.
A nationwide surge in violent crimes like shootings, armed robberies, and vicious assaults has emerged as a growing area of concern inside the White House.
There's definitely been an uptick in what we would call mass shootings across the country.
President Biden is now planning to address the violent crime wave gripping the nation Wednesday afternoon.
There are major cities across the country where gun violence is absolutely the driver, where it is absolutely increasing. And that will be a central part of what he'll talk about when he delivers his remarks.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
All right, John, thank you. Well, go ahead and grab a tall glass of water because it's National Hydration Day. Yeah, it's a thing. National Hydration Day always falls on the first week of summer and is a reminder that drinking lots of fluids and being hydrated is one of the best things you can do for your body. Now, since our bodies are about 60% water, it's important to regularly drink around 8 glasses a day. Wow, that seems like a lot. If you don't really enjoy the taste of water, you can always infuse it with maybe some cucumber, mint, or lemon to make it more refreshing. Stay hydrated on these hot summer days. Drink plenty of fluids and make it part of your daily routine. You can share your glass with everybody on social media using the hashtag National Hydration Day. Sip up, water fans. I mean, water's important. We don't realize, I think, how much, Dakota, we really need. 8 glasses? That seems like a lot of aqua.
I don't drink 8 glasses a day, do you?
I don't. I try. Remember when I had that bottle that would yell at me? It would be like, you need to drink more water.
Bottle.
Yeah.
Your bottle that's going to take over the world.
Yeah. It would yell at me and it would tell me that I need to drink more. And I still have the app on my phone, so I don't use the bottle anymore, which is horrible because it was a Christmas gift. I really should use it. No disrespect. You don't. I mean, I have a water here, but like.
Well, you see, I'm probably one of those weird people because, in there they were talking about how, if you don't like the taste of water, you can infuse flavor it.
Yeah.
I don't like flavored water. No. I hate it. So it's like I'm probably the only person who hates flavored water. So I'll drink bottled water.
I like that.
That's fine, but I hate flavored water.
The hint water that they have at Wegmans, that's pretty good. Or, just sometimes if I have a lemon, I'll cut it up, put the leftover lemon in the fridge and then put it in my water. So that's nice, but you got to be careful, not too much, because then it becomes bitter. And my mouth is actually salivating just thinking about it. Isn't that crazy how we can remember flavors? Yeah. But that's a whole nother discussion for another day. That's for sure. Good to see Terry. Good to see Megan. Joanna says infuse it with zest. Yeah, and you can actually, if you want to check out more, she has an ad up on our site right now talking about her Happy Coffee. So go over there, check out that link because stuff like that, it'll give you an even more boost. It almost takes water and brings it, they say that about Gatorade and things, although there's a lot of sugar in that. You got to be careful. But the idea is it gives you more than just drinking a bottle of water, especially if you're working out. And yesterday, the skies were perfect for working out. Weather-wise, Dakota, I know that we were warm. We were, well, not too warm, but warmer than normal. Right? No, we weren't. We were cold. I don't remember.
All right, let's just go to
Let's
me.
just go to
and
it.
let's just take
Let's
me
just
full.
let Dakota.
And you'll see
that
that
was
we
a
actually,
horrible toss.
Yeah, all right. We actually had some clearing skies yesterday. Took a little trip out to Erie yesterday, and this was on Peachtree. Oh, those clouds were starting to part, and we had even some sun rays peeking through there just behind the banner. So it was a nice day to get out there after those clouds parted. My local WX is the hashtag you use, and send us your photos or videos on Twitter. I'm Hunter. I'm at HuntersWX, and the First Defense weather page on Facebook is how you send us your images. Man, it was a chilly start this morning. 44 is where we started the day here in town. How about 36 in Clymer, 41 Randolph, 37 in Olean, 52 Fredonia, 51 Dunkirk, 52 over in Erie. So it was a chilly start to the day. I can at least say we're done with that for now. And the reason why it was so cool this morning was part of this. It was radiational cooling, something we talk about a lot, how when there's no clouds in the sky, all of the heat that is absorbed by the ground during the day is allowed to escape back up into the sky. And that's the reason why on cool nights or on mainly cleared nights, it's generally fairly cool out there. Hey, today's a great day to get out and hit the golf course. If you, like me, want to shank a few out there or lose a few into the water hazard. 70 around 4 o'clock today, also at 6 o'clock. A nice day, much warmer than it was yesterday. This is still below average by about 7 or 8 degrees, but who cares? The sun will be out and we're not going to be in the 50s like we were yesterday. Got some sunshine downtown from the top of the Doubletree Hotel. We're at 64 as a noon hour. Southeast wind at 10. The wind is not going to be an issue like it was yesterday. And all in all, this is going to be a nice day, although it's still chilly for late June. All right, and something we hinted is the dew point is going to be rising as we go throughout the week. And dew point is all relative. It's a measure of the comfort, how much moisture retention is in the air. So this is kind of where we're at right now, the 40s and the 50s. We're going to be shooting up into the 60s as we go through the next couple of days. And we may even have a run at a 70-degree dew point, and that's when it gets tropical and it's just nasty when your clothes just stick to you, the air you can wear. Here's a couple of lake effect clouds, something we hinted we were going to talk about. Notice how as the clouds formed on Lake Erie, it actually had a little shower that came with it. Some lake effect clouds produced a little lake effect rain shower, something we don't see around here until towards fall. We usually see some lake effect rain showers, but we're basically clear across much of the Northeast right now. This is being held at bay by some high pressure, but that's going to be moving out as we go towards the weekend. But future scan paints really nothing in the way of rain or anything for today, even cloud cover. Notice tonight, mainly clear skies tonight. Tomorrow should be another nice day, partly to mostly sunny. Now, as we head into Thursday night, going into Friday, we will see some more clouds. So Friday will likely be partial sunshine. And then as we head into the weekend, a boundary is going to be moving our way, which will become the next focal point for some rain showers. We still need to figure out the timing on that. But the inland areas today, we should likely get up into the lower 70s across much of the area. Look at Warren at 72, Cherry Creek at 70. A nice day, but it's still cool for this time of the year. The future is on the screen. 81 tomorrow, 83 on Friday. It turns much more humid on Friday as well. Showers Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with that stalled boundary. And every day it's going to be quite humid as well. We'll take a break and be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working.
I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. The Moonbrook Country Club is set to host its 30th annual WCA Foundation Links Charity Golf Tournament next month. WNY News Now's Julia Gress joining us live in studio with more on what will be the final golf event for this longtime foundation. Julia?
That's right, Justin. This year's event will be the last and the biggest yet, with 26 LPA pros, including Nancy Lopez, 48-time winner of the LPGA Tour. This morning, co-chairman of the event, Peter Sullivan and Mike Roberts, along with Cecil Miller, vice president of the WCA Cancer Treatment Center, announced details of the tournament, which is slated to happen on Monday, July 19th. The three say they are excited to conclude this milestone event by raising the most money from a single event yet. This year, the event will be expanded to include local youth and the Chautauqua Institution. So far, Links has raised over $1.7 million for local cancer care. Miller described the impact this money has made for those in need.
It allows us to keep cancer care in Jamestown. Instead of traveling to Buffalo or even Erie, which is difficult if you're going under treatment, people can stay here and get world-class care. We would put our program up against anybody in the country, honestly.
Miller even says that they probably wouldn't have a program without the generosity of the Links charity. For more information on how to be a part of the event, check out WCAFoundationJamestown.org. Justin and Dakota, back to you.
All right, Julia, thank you. Absolutely incredible, some of the stuff that they're doing there, Dakota. And they mean so much to so many people. And when you think about, unfortunately, the words that you have cancer, and I've unfortunately had to do several stories on that over the years. And a lot of people say that's the biggest thing that they love about the UPMC and previously WCA Hospital was you could get that care here in Jamestown, at least the chemo side of it. Maybe you did have a doctor outside the area or what have you, but that day-to-day service you can get here, and it seems to mean so much to so many. So,
yeah, and I mean, cancer is one of those things that is just, a lot of times we question why it exists.
Right.
Because a lot of people consider cancer to be a bad person's disease. Well, it's not. No, I mean, you could eat healthy, exercise every day, be the healthiest person on the planet, and you can still end up getting some form of cancer. And it's just one of the greatest mysteries. Why do people get it? And, the fact that we have cancer care right here in the city is amazing. And, like what they said, sometimes when you're under treatment, traveling to Erie or Buffalo can be a hassle. So, having cancer care right here is really amazing.
Right. It really is. And, it's sad to see that tournament's coming to an end. But when you look at the area, there's so much that raises money for services and just for cancer research. I know we have that one ball ad that plays the PSA on this program, so there are many opportunities to still get involved, even past this year, but nevertheless, it seems like they've been doing a lot of good there, so we thank them for that. Well, now let's get a final check of our weather forecast, and the big story, it seems like, is these chilly temperatures.
Yes, I mean, it's not going to be as chilly as it was last night, but this is still below average. But we're still going to have a clear sky, 48 in the deepest valleys, 57 at the Lake Erie shoreline. Another nice night for stargazing. Unfortunately, we don't have any ISS viewings around here, but we will get some ISS viewings hopefully next week. We'll talk about that hopefully next week, Justin.
That's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, be sure to stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. Simply search WNY News Now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We'll leave you with this live shot over downtown Jamestown. Dakota and I are back here tomorrow live at noon. Hope to see you then.